4 hours. And so it'll spray through a spray bottle, and then it's been pigmented. And then you'd use a screen that's similar to a screen that you would screen.
I served in the Army for 6 years, went to Baghdad twice, and came back with a lot of different memories. When I was literally tearing up my uniform and then cutting it into little pieces, there was something happened inside. It felt so good just to decommission that uniform. The word decommission is usually when a uniform becomes unserviceable because it has a tear or rip, or and a lot of veterans feel like at the end of their tour of duty, or they're at the end of their military experience, that they are unserviceable. And to decommission this uniform, I think it can bring up a lot of different emotions for people, and me included.
I'm out here right now working on what's called combat paper, but it's not paper. It's made from these uniforms. So I guess what the process is today is you're taking a uniform from a soldier at one point, or somebody from the service, and they're beat down into a fine material that's soggy, that if you looked at it, it looks like paper. So you're taking something that's probably been pulverized by the world, and then we're taking the uniform and we're pulverizing it back here, and then we're doing something very positive with it.
I think most people's uniforms probably sit in a box in their attic or in their basement or in their garage. And I think it's a way for people to take that article of clothing that would otherwise be sitting in a box somewhere and use it to tell stories and share their experiences.
I think that the symbolic act of shredding a uniform and putting it into a more something that a person can use today is freeing. It takes a lot of baggage and lets a person deal with it in a way that's concrete. I mean, you take it and you shred it with your hands, with your scissors. You watch it get pulped, and you create something new out of it. I think that's a really therapeutic thing.
Isolation is something that a lot of people deal with when they get out of the military. I think that anything that gets veterans involved in a community is going to help them heal. And I think anything that helps them feel heard is also going to help them along the way in healing.
It was such a beautiful thing to have something positive to do today, to get my mind off of where I'm struggling at with school and sobriety. And plus, there was another veteran who invited me out, who I'm getting a close bond with, which is really helping me out in my school program, because I felt like I was pretty close to kind of dropping the whole thing. I can't do this. And I just didn't realize that I was going at it alone. And out here, the service and everything, I forgot the things that we do as a group, and that's how you survive. And so that just really hit my heart last night. I said, you know what? I'm gonna go out there, I'm gonna see what this is all about, and just hang out with Ray and meet some veterans and meet some people.
I think one of the most touching things I've seen somebody do with this is there was a Air Force veteran who made paper out of his uniforms, and he brought one of his son's t-shirts in, and so the paper ended up being made out of his uniforms and his son's t-shirt, and then he printed images of him and his son after he had come back from Iraq on that paper. And I thought that was really touching.